This is what you call a mould, and it's got fine holes all the way through it to suck the air all the way through. This is going to pull the molten plastic down as well. And I'm going to suck the vacuum out like that. And it's off. I made film props for Star Wars, which were the Stormtroopers, and I think about 200 other characters for the first film in Star Wars. Superman, the flying sequences in Superman, Alien, and Flash Gordon, and Outland, and I think I made about 170 productions. A friend of mine who lived next door but one, he was a scenic artist, and Lucas found him as an outside contractor to get helmets done. He didn't know how to make three-dimensional stuff, so he just said, if I can do it, and have a go. If anything comes of it, give him a drink, and so we did. I knocked the first one up as a prototype, and Nick, my friend next door, he took it over to Lucas, and Lucas said, that's fine, give me 50 of those immediately. It was conceived to be a character from another planet, obviously looking a bit humanoid because you had to get an actor in it. So it's not a set of armour. This chap must have grown like this, and whatever armour type of skin he's got, like an armadillo, it's evolved with him. And likewise, his breathing, you know, that planet where he came from is toxic, and this little bit was meant to be the radio communication. Now things that are made on computers are all very accurate. This was before computers, and that's probably why it is so organic. As soon as you start with computers, everything becomes square and correct. These are completely asymmetrical. That side's bigger than that side because my eyes aren't so good. I think Lucas has one that he's all squared up and made nice, and it looks terrible. The absolute wonderful thing about making film props is you've got 8 or 9 weeks to recreate something that doesn't exist. And so you can indulge yourself on R&D. They don't have to stand up for real. They don't have to stand up for 10 minutes while you're shooting it. And that's why you can indulge yourself and make silly things. Jerry Anderson, Space 1999. We'd start with clay, get a plaster casting off it, and then slush mould rubber into it, and then build some sort of framework inside to move the jaw and the eyes and all that sort of thing. What I did for Superman was virtually allow him to fly, which was making the front projection screen and these composite lightweight wind machines that were quiet, and we strung him up in the air and with a fan in front of his face blowing his cloak. When you see the film, you automatically assume, well, of course Superman can fly, but you don't realise in real life he can't. And so I think that the illusion of flight really worked very well. I think that film was actually very secretive how he flew, but I didn't realise at the time. I just made it, you know. This is the alien you never saw. The idea was that you could see all the organisms inside the alien. I was trying to reinvent a translucent material that you could see the organisms move. You only get about sort of 8 to 9 weeks in a film production, and to reinvent a chemical material, a process and a finished product in that time was asking too much. And so although I got the shape and everything, that's not a problem, we couldn't get the tear strength. The material just would not be strong enough. And Ridley Scott said, oh, hang on, this film can work better without a monster. And so you never see the monster in the first Alien film, you just see a bit of a tail going out of the door or something. It tickles me sometimes when I see the props on the films, because when you make things, it doesn't matter how simple or how small it is, you get satisfaction because you got a finished item.